So you were into sport.
Oh, yes, indeed. We never played everything. We were in all sorts of sports.
When you were young now, what did you play?
All Gaelic.
Oh, it was all Gaelic.
It was all
Mostly
Gaelic.
Gaelic,
We'd play up on the mat in Castlebar. And if it got crowded, we'd play soccer.
And were you allowed to play soccer? Well, the band was in that time,
Oh,
was
the
it?
band was in that time, yeah.
But did you ignore
I played Gaelic football. I played with the Mayo minors. But they dropped me that I started playing rugby and soccer.
And what year was that about?
Oh, 1940.
1940. And you were dropped. Were you suspended from the GA for doing it?
I don't know whether I was suspended, but I certainly was never selected after that.
Never. And did you keep playing Gaelic, or did you go over to the soccer?
Oh, I played rugby and soccer. I was better at playing soccer than any other game.
Yeah. And what club did you play for in Castlebar?
Castlebar Celtic.
They were there that time, they were?
They were there that time, certainly. And I played with Westport.
And what year did you play for Westport?
Around those years.
You played for the two teams, did you? Or were you
No, there was only one team in Westport that time.
United?
The United, yeah.
And
See, and they were in Westport, we were in Castlebar, and we were both in Mayo. But every competition we played, we were playing Westport. Because we had to do that to get out of the... You know, we had to beat Westport to get out of Mayo, and it was always very difficult to beat Westport.
Did you do it more? Did you beat them more times than you?
I wouldn't think so. No, I wouldn't think so.
Westport had a great tradition, haven't they, of soccer?
They had good players. They had really good players everywhere.
Can you remember any of their players?
Oh, I can, of course.
Yeah. Who was good in your time?
Willie Martin, McBrail, there was wonderful players.
And who were your good players that time in Castlebar?
Ronnie Ty.
Yeah.
Pierce Skill played rugby and soccer for Westport.
Yeah.
And was brilliant at both of them.
Both were great athletes, wasn't he?
He was a great footballer.
And you had to go with the rugby?
I had, and I enjoyed rugby. I enjoyed playing rugby.
And who did you play for?
Played with Westport.
Westport. What position were you playing in?
Second row.
Second row.
Second row or in the back row.
And who was playing with you at that time when you were playing?
Well, John Ryan was playing with me second row always.
And where was he from?
The best rugby player I ever played with was Charlie Lydon from Westport.
Well, he got a cap, didn't he?
He did, and he was playing hooker. You know, he was a wing forward. But I remember playing. First time I played against him, he was playing hooker, and when I played with him again for Westport, he was playing on the wing. At wing, he was playing number 6 or number 7.
And who else was playing for Westport that time?
Charlie Lydon, Charlie Shanley, Des McCormack, Johnny Malloy, Paddy Hoban.
Were the Welchers in that time, were they?
They were too young.
They were a bit later, yeah.
They came afterwards.
Was there a man called Clem Collins? Was he there at that time? Was he?
No,
he was later too,
no,
yeah.
he came afterwards and a great player.
Did you manage to win anything when you were?
No, when I was told.
Yeah.
We go to Galway. In the Galway, you had to beat the referee and the other thing.
It was a bit unbalanced, was it?
Yeah.
And what was life now longer when you were a young fella? Say you were.
Well, there was
when you were a teenager.
There was 2 dance halls in Westport.
Yeah.
And
which ones were them?
There was I forget the name of them. The one it was a cinema also. It's
down James Street, yeah.
On James Street. And then they had the big one that's...
The Starlight came along then, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you around for the Starlight days, you were?
No.
No, they were...
No, but the other one, the one that I had up...
The Pavilion?
The Pavilion.
Yeah.
The Pavilion was marvellous dance on.
Was it?
Marvellous crowds going through.
And who used to play there? Can you remember the bands that played?
No, I said. You'd only remember the good bands, and they'd come from maybe once a year. And it didn't matter, the band didn't matter a lot to us.
Was there much drinking that time?
There was, but very restricted because the money wasn't there.
The money.
A pint was 10 pennies.
10 pennies,
For half a crown, you got 3 pints. But you didn't get many half crowns.
Was there any drugs around that time? Any drugs?
No drugs. None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
Was there much fighting in dance halls that time or anything? No?
Rather than being odd burst up, it'd be harmless enough to you.
Were the streets safe that time? They were?
Oh, they were, yeah.
You could go any place,
They were. I remember Bernie Gillespie and myself cycled from Castlebar back to Blowsers on New Year's night. And when we hit up for home, he got a puncture at the top of Sheor. So we had to walk the rest of the way.
That was a long walk, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, and first it was a day, a holiday of obligation that time. And we were up for Mass the following morning.
What was a holy day of obligation?
It was a holiday of
What was a holy day of obligation?
That New Year's Day.
Yeah. Was the religion a bit stronger then than it is now?
It was very strong. It was very strong.
Did you eat meat on Friday?
No, not ever. Not ever. We eat very little on Friday because I didn't care for fish.
Yeah, well, that solves that one.
Yeah. So we having fried eggs and mashed potatoes.
On a Friday, yeah.
On a Friday, yeah.
Was there much meat available that time?
Much?
Would you have meat every day? Every day, yeah. The food was good.
So the butchers were good, yeah. The butchers were good.
What kind of a car you used to drive long ago when you started out first?
A Hillman Minx.
A Hillman Minx.
That's the one my father had. Yeah. And he always bought it in Westport. In
Brehenies or Hastings?
No, the one in Castlebar Street.
Brehenies, yeah.
Brehenies, yeah.
Stephen Brehenies, yeah. I bought a Hillman Imp there myself one time.
Did you?
But it couldn't get over Colliach without overheating.
Yeah.
And were the cars good quality that time? Were they as good as they are now, the cars that time?
The cars? They weren't, of course, no.
Were there heaters in them?
No, there were no heaters.
What was it like in winter time now?
Terrible. Terrible with frosty mist. Yeah, and they were terrible.
Had the safety belts in them?
No.
Radio?
No.
Oh. Automatic?
No.
They were very basic, were they?
They were basic, yeah. Basic.
And what was the best car you ever bought?
I bought a Toyota Crown in Kelly's in Newport. And that was a great car.
It was a luxury car, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was a great car.
It was a Toyota answer to Mercedes, I think, at the time, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That would be in the 70s, was it?
That would have been the 70s, yeah.
That's right, yeah. Dr. Farrell had one.
And the one I have now is a small. You mentioned the name there a minute ago.
Imp, the Hillman.
No, the German.
Oh, the Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah.
You bought a Mercedes, yeah?
Yeah, and that's a great car.
Yeah. There weren't many buying them that time, were there?
No.
I was going to say, there used to be a bit of a spleen between Westport and Castlebar, were there? A bit of rivalry.
I thought it was just harmless to it.
Was it serious or was it kind of...
It wasn't, because, you see, I was in the cannery every summer.
Yeah.
My mother would be there and I was working in Castlebar and I'd cycle over to work in the morning from Canterbury to Castlebar and cycle back in the evening.
How many miles is that?
About 17, I'd say.
At least 17, maybe.
Racing. But it was no trouble, it was no big deal. But we had the dance halls in Westport and we used to cycle back to them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was dance hall in Castlebar then every Thursday and Sunday night, and the Westport lads came over to to that.
But you spent a lot of time in Westport, so you knew them all.
I
didn't you?
did. I knew everybody in Westport.
Well, after playing rugby. How long did you play rugby with them for?
Oh, for as long as I was playing. I got married in 1950, and I played the last football match, the last rugby match with Westport and Ballina that year.
The last one you played, is it?
That's the last one I played, yeah. And Ballina were only coming that time.
They weren't long, were they long?
No, they weren't long established that time.
So there was an attempt made to set up a rugby club in Castlebar, wasn't there?
It was difficult now, very difficult. Then there was younger lads away at college, like my own nephews who played us away at school, and they became involved in Castlebar, and they started us off, really.
Yeah. Castlebar Rugby Club was started off in the TF bar one day.
That's possibly right.
I was there when
I say most things started in the bar and that.
in the TF.
In the TF, lots of things did. Yeah.
Used to frequent the TF Longo?
Very seldom.
Yeah.
Very
So it was
seldom.
kind of a bit after your time, after your youth, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was there, and
Was the ballroom there?
Very big, yeah. The ballroom was there, yeah.
You used to get massive crowds there, usn't it?
Massive crowds.
A couple of thousand people, yeah, for the
But,
bands. But they didn't succeed in getting the club off the ground in your time. You were saying that there was an attempt made to.
No.
So you're living in Westport now for a good while.
I'm here since 1973.
You knew a man called Jack McAleer very well.
Oh, Jack, I did. Jack is a lovely, lovely man.
Great rugby man.
He did. And we used to travel to the internationals with Paddy Hoban and Liam Welsh and Stephen sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was a great day. I would go by train up to Dublin to an international, have 3 or 4 pints and get onto the train home again.
Stephen went a long way in the rugby, didn't he?
Ah, he did.
He did.
Good player, Stephen.
Oh, he was a
He
great player.
played soccer too. He was a good soccer player.
We had a couple of Connie Cup trophies for medals for soccer,
Yeah. Oh, Liam was a good player also.
But Jack became your son-in-law, didn't he? Did Jack become your son-in-law?
He did, Jack
He did,
did, indeed. We got on well.
Oh, nice man. He's a lovely man, yeah. So you're in good health.
Well, I am indeed.
You're nicely set up for the Christmas here with all these lights, and
I'm looking forward to it.
you're waiting for Santa Claus to come in.
Hopefully.
Was there much of a Santa Claus when you were young?
Oh, it was a big day. It was, not that I ever got anything huge, but
Yeah. What kind of stuff used you get in the 30s and 40s now from Santa Claus?
well, I remember there was 4 of us, the kids in my family, and we got a bat every Saturday evening. My mother gave us a bat, and she always had a little packet of USA biscuits each for us. You know. And that was a great treat, and that was our only treat in the week.
But was that for Christmas or was that all year round?
That was all the year round.
All year round.
All year round.
Well, what happened to Christmas? How did you spend the
By
Christmas?
they sort of got to be some biscuits in the house and sweets that we could get. Normally you wouldn't get anything, there was nothing in the house. Nothing.
And did you get toys for Christmas now?
Oh, we would. Yeah.
You weren't getting
Well, they weren't
iPads or
no,
mobile phones?
No,
Or
not at all, no.
what kind of stuff were you getting anyway? Can you remember what you got? Anything you
A
got?
gun.
A gun, yeah, and caps.
A gun with a cap in it.
That's right, yeah.
And
I suppose the girls got dolls or something like
the
that.
dolls, yeah.
Yeah. Change times.
Oh, very changed, very changed.
Are times better now than they were long ago?
They are.
In what way?
They are in every way, every way.
What's the biggest change you've seen?
The biggest change is money, I would think.
Money, yeah. More of it.
There's more of it.
Yeah.
You know, this business at the pubs now at them. There was nobody had a drink every day at that time.
Oh, yeah. How often would they have a drink that time? Weekly? Would you have one a week?
Oh, yeah, on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
And there was no pubs open on a Sunday. It was illegal for the pubs to open on a Sunday.
At all?
But at all.
But you got it?
Yeah. yeah. There'd be some pub worker.
Well, Sunday night, the big night long ago, wasn't it?
Oh, Sunday night was the big night. There was a dance every Sunday night. Always a dance on a Sunday night.
And what time did the dance finish at?
It'd go on to 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, yeah. And so, would they be able to go to work next day?
Oh, easy. I'd cycle home after the dance
Yeah.
and be up at work.
Did Castlebar town change much in your time, though?
Oh, hugely, absolutely hugely. And so has Westport. So has Westport.
In what way has it changed? The town's changed?
But they described Castlebar,
Yeah.
you know, with the supermarkets down where my father had a field.
But that's your field, was it?
So part of it there, yeah. And had a cow there. But, I mean, the main street is gone, and Ellison Street is gone. That's the heart gone out of the town. Now in Westport, the big supermarkets don't seem to have affected the town as much
Well, I think
as they did in Castlebar.
just spread them around a bit as well.
Like Bridge Street is still there.
In great shape.
But even now, when you pass Don McGreevy's along the mall, you're out of Westport.
That's right. Yeah.
You're out of the town.
Yeah, the town, yeah.